Thank you. Nice for you to join. So I am so late. I had another call before this and it just went over time. And then obviously when I went to Facebook, I was frantic and panicky and it didn't work twice. But I am used to tech glitches by now, so it's all good. I really love this topic for today. We're going to talk about the recipe to generating leads. So important. So important. Because most of us, we have the best service or we have the best product, but we really don't know how to get it in front of the right people who will understand the value of our business and be able to pay us consistently and frequently, which is why you're in business. So if you don't have leads being future clients, being prospects, then you don't have a business, you have a hobby. Because at the end of the day, you need leads to be able to be in the pipeline, to convert to sales, and then to be able to have leads increasing frequently so that you can have more sales increasingly. So this is a good topic for you if you have the best service, you have the best business concept, but you unfortunately don't know how to reach the right people to understand what you're selling. Yeah. I know I was talking to another lady and she was telling me the only people who buy from me are my friends and family, and I'm scared that they're gonna get tired of buying from me. And I said it's true, they're gonna get tired because probably they're not your ideal clients and they're not buying because they understand the value. It's because they want to support you, but they cannot support you forever. So you need to know how to showcase your brilliance to strangers and convert strangers into clients. So I just jumped in. I didn't introduce myself. My name is Fanny Shamala Mulengwa. I am the group host and I'm also an online marketing strategist. My work is to help moms who are overwhelmed with 9 to 5 create an amazing business, an amazing online business from their expertise, their knowledge, their experience, their passion, and turn that into something that can generate 5K income each month consistently. So the first thing when you're thinking about lead generation is actually to goal set. You really need to have a goal of how much income do you want to generate in your business. So a lot of people, I find it so strange when you are in 9 to 5, when you go for the interview and the HR person asks you how much do you want to earn, you're very clear. You're very clear on your KPIs, you're very clear on your job description, you're very clear on how much you want to earn. But when you turn and start a business, you kind of leave that in the air. So whenever I'm on a call with someone, welcome everyone, we're talking about lead generation. So when I talk to new clients who, when we're on our first introductory call and I ask them what is your desired monthly income, they always say, I'm not sure, I don't know. And then they say, I don't know how much people will want to pay me, and that the important thing is not how much people want to pay you, is how much of value you want to give them in exchange for money. So the starting point of lead generation, the strategy is to start with how much money do you want to earn each month from your business? How much money do you want to earn to sustain your living, to sustain your family? So how much money do you want to make each month? How many clients will you need to pay you so that you can earn the amount of money that you need each month? What are you selling? Yeah? What are you selling in exchange for that money? So, for example, if you say, I want to earn $5,000 every month, what are you selling? If you're selling something worth 1,000, then you need 5 clients. So you need to think about how much of value are you giving those clients in exchange for $1,000. So you probably should give them something worth $2,000 and above, probably even $5,000 and above, I would say, because then they will see the return on investment. So lead generation actually starts with how much money do you want to earn from your business? What are you selling? At what price? Okay? How many people do you need to sell to reach your income goal? Yeah? What are your business expenses? So if you're selling your offer at 1,000 because you want to make $5,000 a month, what's the expense there? How much are you paying for, for your business? Do you have business expenses? Obviously, you have tax. if you have a team, how much are you paying them? If you have other automations that you're paying for, how much is that each month? So is that part of the 1,000 or is it extra? So it's very important to start from that. You have to be very clear, because when you're clear, then you can, map out the road on how you want to generate leads. So last week, I talked about the rule of 70, 10, 3. So it's really important to understand lead generation is creating awareness in front of people about your product, about your business, your offer, and then slowly nurturing them and converting them into clients. So just because you're in front of 1,000 people doesn't mean 1,000 people will buy instantly. You have to nurture them. Actually, I would advise you to have the rule of 1%. And 1% is very generous. I'm going to tell you that for real. So it is not easy work to generate leads. You have to be strategic. You have to be smart about it. So there's a rule of 70, 10, 3. It means if you create awareness in front of 70 people about your offer, probably 10 will be interested at that moment, okay? The rest 60 might be interested on a later date or might not be interested. It really depends. So we say a rule of 30%. So if you in front of your audience with an offer, an audience of 70, you're gonna convert 10 to come into your world. So I talked about that last week about market entry. So you're gonna bring those people into your world. Your world can be your Facebook group, your LinkedIn group, your website, whatever it is, so that they can continue interacting with you as they are building trust in your ability to provide the solution that they need. Okay? So if you have 70 people, you're converting 10, doesn't mean 10 will buy. It means 10 are coming into your world at that moment, and then you probably will convert 3. So lead generation is very important because you have to have 70 people in your pipeline to buy at every moment so that you can continue nurturing them only to convert 3. So that's where your marketing strategy comes in. The more leads you have, the easier it is to convert. And it's not just the more leads, it's the right leads. Okay? So if you want to sell to 6 people, then you need to be in front of 140 people. Let's say you want to make 6 sales each month. Then you need to be in front of 140 people each month. So you need strategies for that. And you need to be aware of the numbers. Yes? Does that make sense? So your lead generation has to have 3 aspects. You have to have the stage of awareness. So imagine you're talking to your customer. So they're becoming aware of your existence. They're becoming aware that you exist, and this is the solution that you offer, and this is how it relates to their problem. And then we have the next stage of lead generation, which is building trust. So now they're understanding that you are the best person to solve the problem for them. So you need a strategy to build trust. And then you have to convert now those who have trusted you, who are either in conversation with you, asking you questions, subscribing to your email list, following you to your Facebook group, in your DMs, asking you questions, and then now you convert that to sales. Most likely, nobody will be aware of you and instantly, but it can happen, but it's not consistent. It's not something that is frequent. It's not a given. So then you need that strategy so that you can consistently have clients. So I call it the ABC. So make sure you have an awareness strategy, a building trust strategy, and a conversion strategy. Some people will build awareness and then they will disappear. And then when the client is ready to buy, they cannot find this person. Yeah. So if I went to a certain group and I made a very nice post and somebody related to it, but I didn't follow up, I didn't engage in the comments. When they were commenting on the post, I didn't interact with them, and then they forget about me. But when they are ready to buy, obviously someone else who was more consistent will be there to swoop in. Yeah? So how do you implement the ABC? How do you implement ABC, meaning awareness, building trust, and conversion? So you build awareness by content. You build awareness by your content. You build awareness by creating and sharing and distributing content that is relevant to your ideal audience. Okay? So you have to have a content strategy to ensure that you're consistently sharing, repurposing, distributing content that is relevant to your ideal audience. Yeah? So you can be the best lawyer in the world, but if you're not sharing your expertise in terms of your view, your expertise in law in relation to your ideal audience, nobody will ever know. So sharing content is what will what will create awareness about your service, about your offer, about you and your amazingness, about your energy, about your vision, about your purpose. Yeah, all that. And there's so many ways you can create content. It's amazing. That's why I love content so much. There's so many ways and so many different ways you can use your personality to engage and connect with your ideal audience. Why do I say ideal audience? Yeah. So if you prefer video, like I'm doing, that's okay. If you're not a video person, you want to use your voice, you can do a podcast, you can do a blog, you can do quizzes, surveys, like the list is endless. Yeah, you have to find what is comfortable for you and what is comfortable for your ideal audience. So if you're not a hyper person, you don't like dancing, you don't like doing that, don't post yourself on TikTok. That's not your vibe. It will feel forced and it will not be something that your passion will not shine. So you need to find what's comfortable for you, what can you do seamlessly, effortlessly, and where is your ideal audience so that you can connect with them over there. So how you build awareness is through content. You have to start sharing, creating content that is relevant to your ideal audience. How you build trust is your call to action. So this is a triple C. Okay? How you build trust is your call to action. After you create the content, how are you asking your ideal client or your future client or somebody who is a lead to connect with you? Okay? So different types of call to action. DM me, book a call with me. Here is a link to my website for the freebie. Comment below, say me below, whatever that is, so that you can continue having a conversation with them to continue building trust in you so that they can choose you as the person to solve their problem. So you have to have a call to action. Every content has to have a call to action. And then the third C is conversion. How are you converting those clients to how are you selling? Conversion is selling. So how are you eventually selling? Are you using sales calls? Are you selling in the DM? Are you selling through webinars? Are you selling through speaking engagements? What strategies do you have to continuously, consistently sell to your ideal clients? So I'm going to give you just a simple example to emphasize what I'm saying. So determine what your goal is. What is your income goal? So let's say your income goal is $5,000 a month. The people mostly work with it's $3,000 to $5,000 a month. So if it's $5,000 a month, let's say you create an offer. No, first you want to think about your ideal client. So this is the income I want to earn. You want to think, who can pay me to solve this problem? Okay? Think about it. Everybody knows they need to lose weight, but not everybody is willing to pay now to a weight loss program. Okay? Everybody knows they need to make more sales, but not everybody is ready now to pay for needs to help them with their marketing strategy. So I want to figure out who is able and capable to pay me right now without negotiation, without a problem, who really instantly understands the value of what I'm offering. Guys, I'm sorry, I'm just looking at my hand. I know it's looking weird. I cut myself. So I have a bandage. Yeah. So determine who your ideal audience is. Okay? And that the fact that they're able to pay you is just one aspect of the puzzle. There's three more things that I usually train my clients on how to determine who your ideal client is. You cannot sell to everyone. I've said that a million times. If you don't know, now you know. You cannot sell to everyone. It's impossible. You cannot satisfy everybody. Okay? Everybody has different needs. Like here, we are mostly moms. We know you have more than one child. You know, your children are different. You never expect the same action from every child. My firstborn wouldn't sleep for nothing. She would cry the whole night. And my secondborn slept so soundly, I had to be waking him up and like, are you okay? Because you're sleeping too much. So even us as moms, we have different needs in every stage of our lives. So you cannot just say you're selling to every mom or every woman. The more specific you are, the more visible you will be to your ideal client. Okay? So determine who your ideal audience is. And then write down 5 to 7 problems that you can solve for your ideal clients with your business. Okay? So like for me, I can solve your problem of getting leads. I can solve your problem of writing amazing content that attracts ideal clients to you. I can solve the problem of conversion, all those things. So I have to write it down because I have to speak to your problem. So write down 5 to 7 problems that your ideal clients are, starting with the main one. Choose one struggle. So like for me, usually the struggle is freedom. I want to earn enough money to have the freedom to spend more time with my family. Yeah? So look at your own offer and say, what's the biggest struggle? Okay? Then, with that struggle, create a lead magnet. Create something free that you can offer your client to have a small win with the problem that they are having. This is what will make them have trust in you. If I put a post in another group and you saw me, you probably want to know what about me. I brought you to this group. Now that I'm doing this live, this is an example of a lead magnet. This is a freebie. I'm showing you my expertise. I'm demonstrating how the work that I do, how I can coach you, how I can teach you. And then at the end of the day, you're seeing my vibe, you're seeing my energy. You probably like how I sound, hopefully. And so it's easy for you to say yes, rather than if I was a stranger, you know, just sending you content and you don't know how I look like, how I sound, and you're like, and she's asking for this much, you know, this amount of money. I don't think so. So you need a lead magnet. That's just an example. There's so many strategies you can use. You have to find the one that works for you. Strategies, really, there are some strategies work well for some people, and the same strategies don't work for some people. So it really depends on your business, your goal, your vision, your personality, your experience, and all those things, which of course we cannot, you know, go into right now because we are on limited time. So write down, what can you offer? It can be a checklist. It can be a free call. It can be a webinar. It can be a recipe. It can be a video. It can be an ebook. Like, the list is endless. Whatever is comfortable for you and convenient for your ideal client. So once you create the lead magnet, create an opt-in. You want to offer the lead magnet in your world, in your space. We talked about that last week with market entry. So with me, my lead magnets are in my Facebook group. Okay, my Facebook group. So I'll go to a group and say, are you a mom who is considering becoming a coach or consultant? I created a list of 100 coaching and consultancy business you can start right now. Would you be interested? And then the people who say yes, they have to get to the list that is housed in my group. The reason I do that is because I want you to come into my world. When you enter my world, you have to leave your email address so that I can continue nurturing you. When you enter my world, you will see more of my posts, you will see more of my lives, and then now we start creating a relationship so it's easy for you to see how awesome I am and then more likely to hire me. So you have to create the lead magnet and house it. You can put it on your website, create an opt-in page, so they have to exchange their email address for your lead magnet. Okay? Then find places where your ideal audience is hanging out, where you can talk about the lead magnet, where you can talk about the problem and how you're helping them to solve it. So, for example, if you're an interior designer, you can say, I'm going to give you 3 tips you can do right now to create a brighter room. Or I'm gonna give you, for example, if your ideal audience is moms and you create interior decor for newborn babies, you can say these are the three things you need to have to create a room that is quiet and cozy for your new baby. Obviously, moms will be interested. I remember when I was a new mom, I had downloaded so many checklists of what to carry in your hospital bag when you're going to hospital, like, because I wanted to be ready. So most likely, if somebody was a doula or a midwife or whatever, lactation expert or a breastfeeding expert, and if they shared that freebie and I found it helpful, then most likely I would go back to them as I continue my mom journey. So if I have a challenge breastfeeding, then they're the first breastfeeding expert I would reach out to. That's how a lead magnet is so powerful. Okay? Something that they can get a quick and easy way, not something that they can win after 6 months, something they can use right now and change their life. Okay? Start interacting with that person. So after you've shared the lead magnet, they were interested, follow up and say, you downloaded my lead magnet on what to pack in your hospital bag. Was it helpful? Yes. Did you have the baby? Yes. Oh my God, congrats. Is it a boy or a girl? Yes. Start having that conversation. Follow up is just caring that the person gets the solution they desire. Okay? Follow up is not calling and saying, are you going to buy, you're going to buy, you're going to buy, you're going to buy. We don't do that in 2022. We are more strategic. Okay? Give value so that they can come to their world because you gave them value. You gave them something that changed their world, that gave them a step. So I usually tell you, if you use the strategies that I'm sharing in the live and you implement them, you're most likely to make a sale. So if you make a sale or 2 or 5, you want to have more sales. Then you'll be like, how can I make this more consistent, to make this more solid? Then how can I reach finance? So apply that in your own business. Okay. So you do that. So I want you to reflect on your ABC. What strategies are you using to create awareness about your product or service? What strategies are you using to build trust? Gosh, I'm late for another call. What strategies are you using to build trust? What strategies are you using to convert the people who are starting to like you and trust you, to convert that into sales? Okay? What kind of content are you creating? Where are you sharing that content? What is your call to action? How are you converting those who have heeded the call to action? So I can give you one thing you can use today to create one piece of content that can work for your ideal audience. So you can post in maybe 3 to 5 groups where your ideal audience reside. It can be here because your ideal audience could be here. This one. So you can say, do you struggle with dash? Okay? Like I can post, for me, I would say, do you want to have more clients or are you good? Are you good or do you need more clients? And it can be a quiz. It can be a poll, sorry. It can be a poll. Do you want more clients or are you good? And I would say, yes, I want more clients, or no, I'm good. So the people who say, yes, I want more clients are my ideal clients, because then I can go to their games and say, what do you want more clients? What kind of business do you have? How are you getting clients? How much are you charging? Etc. We can start that conversation. So that's your takeaway for today. Just go to the groups where your ideal clients reside and say, do you struggle with dash? Dash means whatever your business is offering. So do you struggle with creating a functional room for your baby? Do you struggle with, having a seamless team to implement your business strategies? Do you struggle with breastfeeding? Whatever your solution is, that's what you're going to put on the dash. So reflect, okay, on the ABCs and the triple Cs, rinse and repeat, okay? Rinse, repeat, and as you grow, you will see the change. And that's how you get into your 17-10 frame. Yeah, so That's all. I have to rush because I do have another call right now. Today I had a call before this and I have a call after this. It's crazy. It's a crazy Wednesday. If you feel like this information is valuable and you have any questions, please post it on the comments. I'll come back. I'll circle back and respond to everybody. If you want to DM me specifically about your specific business and you're serious about getting the right strategies to attract your ideal clients in the next 90 days, then DM me, we'll get on a call. I'll tell you how I work. You can tell me about your business and we can have a conversation. I will definitely help you, with at least 3 strategies that you can start using right now to change and get more leads so that you can convert those leads into clients. So that's all for today. Next week, we're going to talk about money and mindset because I feel like a lot of people who are in this group are scared or have a bit of a weird relationship with money, traumatic relationship with money. I will share my experience. I'm not a mindset or a money coach, but I will just share with you my experience just to support you so that you can seek the necessary solution for your situation so that now you can start charging what you are worth. I know you're worth much more than you're charging right now. So I want you to charge what you desire and what you deserve. So enjoy your Wednesday. I'll see you next week or in the group or in my DMs. Have fun and have a profitable week.